I'm recording this video during nap time, so I'm watching my baby while I record this video for you. Okay, in the spirit of real life being better than fiction, and I already made a video about that not too long ago, you can watch it here. This past year, we got another wonderful celebrity legal scandal that smells so much like Depth versus Heard. And of course, I'm talking about the whole Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni drama that doesn't seem to end with us or them. To be clear, I don't think Blake has a case here. Every allegation that she's made seems to be a lie, backed up by text messages, video footage, voice memos, and whatever. The evidence doesn't seem to be on her side. For instance, she says that Justin Baldoni would enter her trailer uninvited while she was breastfeeding her baby, when in fact there's a text message of her inviting him over while she was pumping. So at least in one instance, she showed that she was totally comfortable with him being there when she had her boobs out. So no, Blake Lively doesn't seem to be a victim here of anything except her own erratic behavior, either, on this project while she was promoting the movie, or, from what we know so far about her behavior on set, but also she doesn't have a good track record. It's not the first time around that she was, rude with cast members or interviewers. So things are not looking good for Blake, and I don't think Baldoni is to blame here, at least not entirely. But Justin Baldoni is no innocent angel. He made several mistakes in my opinion, and we'll go over some of them in this video. But please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and also comment down below what you think. Baldoni's first mistake was hiring Lively. Sure, she's beautiful, famous, seems to be a family-oriented person, which is good. She has 4 kids, a husband, many friends in high places. She's the type of famous person who could bring a lot of attention to a project like Baldoni's. Let's face it, most of us didn't know who he was before all of this. And of course, she did bring a lot of attention to the It Ends With Us movie, but not the good kind. Plus, she's not a very good actress. People who read a book also think casting her was a mistake. It seems like she doesn't look like the character Lily Bloom. She seems older than Lily Bloom. People on the internet already had a problem with casting for this movie, so there's that. Plus, her sense of fashion is questionable. She's known for being stylish ever since being in Gossip Girl, but in my honest opinion, this doesn't look good. It's my understanding that she chose the outfits for this movie. Many of them are hers, her own things, or friends of hers. People who actually read the book also don't seem to think any of these pieces look like Lily Bloom, the character. I didn't read the book. I just think every single one of these pieces is hideous. And apparently she admittedly didn't read the book. It Ends With Us. So there are no shortages of actresses out there. Fine, he hired Lively. Now, mistake number 2. Why didn't he fire her then? Apparently, she was full of red flags early on in the production. So why keep her? For instance, long before filming started, Blake demanded to see the draft script and decided to make changes to it, uninvitedly apparently. As if this wasn't enough, she didn't think Baldoni's reaction to her contributions was good enough. He didn't praise her enough. So she invited him over while she was hosting none other than Taylor Swift and her famous, powerful husband, Ryan Reynolds. Simply the most powerful celebrity pair in the whole world right now. And she made them kind of coerce Baldoni to use her scene in the movie, talking her up and saying she was such a talented scriptwriter and whatever. Like, why impress someone by doing a really good work if you can use your celebrity friends to convince someone that you did a really good work? Okay, so this is mind-boggling to me. Here is exactly what Blake Lively wrote to Justin Baldoni after this encounter in her penthouse. As for blank, Taylor, probably, and Ryan, and I don't even know, I'm the luckiest motherfucker on the planet to have them as my dance moms level, stage moms. They are embarrassingly effusive. That said, they're also my most trusted partners and the people I'll go to first with anything creative at touch. And I'm the person they each go to first. That reciprocal creativity and support has been one of my life's greatest and most fulfilling gifts. When they loved and signed off on the pages, I felt good to send them to you. They asked what you thought specifically after. They checked in so many times. I told them that you laughed a bunch and said it's probably a blend, but you appreciate my passion so much. Which of course didn't feel great for me or them to have my passion be praised instead of any specific contribution. Or even just that you didn't like the pages, which was fine also. So I think they wanted you and me to see how they felt about the work because they've been by my side for far too many experiences where I've been overlooked. And then she goes on and on about how she's a victim because she's an actress and nobody wanted her as a director or a screenplay writer or whatever. Both Ryan and Taylor have established themselves as absolute titans, as writers and storytellers outside of their primary gig, just singing or just acting or just directing. I'm so lucky to have them as creative barometers, but also to have them as people who prop me up and make sure I'm seen for all I can and do offer, because they know firsthand all I contribute. They also know I'm not always as good as making sure I'm seen and utilized for fear of threatening egos or fear of affecting the ease of the process. They don't give a shit about that. And because of that, everyone listens to them with immense respect and enthusiasm. So I guess I have to stop worrying about people liking me. Girl, what is your problem? Imagine regular people like you and me throwing a fit at our bosses because he or she didn't praise the emails that we wrote the right way, or didn't praise the spreadsheet that we made. Imagine us being so frustrated because our bosses didn't praise us. And so we invite our boss over to our house and we make he or she talk to our mom and our spouse about how wonderful we are, how lucky he or she is to have us as employees. Imagine. Absolutely psychopathic behavior. I don't think we could keep our jobs after that. I have so many problems with this letter-sized text. You want to be hired as a collaborator, Blake? Not just an actress? You're a billionaire now. What's stopping you from starting your own project? Buy the rights to another movie. How many of us mortals would love to have unlimited resources to pursue our own projects, our own dreams? How about just not needing to work every day? How many of us would thrive creatively if we didn't have to work every day to put food on the table? This chick wants us to believe that she endured age on her work environment when she doesn't even need to work in the first place. A billionaire. She's a billionaire. If this is her passion, she can be a director, a writer, a producer, whatever she wants, or just an actor. Like, she has the resources, the network to do her own projects. She doesn't need to hijack somebody else's project. She really doesn't need to. Somebody else that did the hard work of bidding on a book before it even became successful, going after the author and convincing her of selling the rights to him, then writing the screenplay, then hiring everyone, editors, film crew, every crew member, taking the risk, of failing. An entrepreneur. Baldoni and his production company did all this, and then comes Blake, demands to sit on the driver's seat, kicks him to the curb, acts as if he's not even part of the movie while she was promoting it. And she wants us to feel sorry for her because at some point he talked to her trainer because she was a little overweight for him to lift her in a scene. Like, really, girl? Like, I'm not sorry for you. My husband and I have to decide every year if we're gonna use the little extra money that we get to save for retirement or go see our parents in another country for 2 weeks. 2 weeks in the whole year. That's all we get with our parents. And these people are billionaires. They have private jets. The victimization pisses me off so hard, honestly. And yet, Baldoni didn't fire her. He received this letter-sized text on April 2023 before filming even started. Instead of firing her or like setting some clear boundaries, he sends an apologetic voice memo, 7-minute voice memo or whatever, sounding like this.
I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank. And I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short. And you worked really hard on that. And the way you framed it and
Again, he doesn't revisit his decision of hiring Lively. He doesn't set clear boundaries for her. He apologizes to the poor, rich, powerful girl. Or should we call her Khaleesi? Again, he should have dropped her, but he didn't. So mistake number 3. We all know the Baldoni's types. Fighting against toxic masculinity in a man bun. In Brazilian Portuguese, we jokingly refer to these dudes as feministas. They're always virtual signaling that they're all for women's rights in a very condescending and fake way. Which, it's so obviously just a way to gain social capital or get laid. They don't mean anything that they say. They like to use beautiful words and expressions like these.
Are you strong enough to be sensitive? To cry whether you are hurting or you're happy, even if it makes you look weak? Are you confident enough to listen to the women in your life? To hear their ideas and their solutions, to hold their anguish and actually believe them, even if what they're saying is against you?
From what we know so far, Baldoni doesn't seem to be that kind of feminist. It seems that he genuinely is caring and kind. I don't necessarily like his approach, but that's beside the point. There is value to his message. Certainly much more value than just characterizing all men as evil and truly neglecting the many struggles that men do go through. But what I think most people covering this story are failing to point out is how effective is his kind of leadership now that this thing is so messy. You know, the let's hold hands and talk about our deepest fears together kind of leadership. Your feelings are valid. Let's stop production for 2 weeks because your little pinky toe is hurting. That kind of leadership. Yes, he was up against the most powerful couple in Hollywood and they were being truly mean. But how much of that mess is Baldoni's own fault? And I'm not blaming the victim here, but I do believe that little by little, being permissive here, too agreeable there, you know, not setting boundaries, he welcomed and enabled some nasty behavior from Blake Lively and her husband. Remember, I don't think we ever saw a litigation so nasty in all movie history. And boy, don't we know now that some directors in the past were really abusive. But forget the outliers. There are many outstanding directors who worked with even bigger stars, who had all the more reasons to be divas. And these directors still managed to get the job done, you know, with no issues and even deliver fantastic movies. The nature of the job, the egos in entertainment industry, it all requires more confidence and conviction, being in control, not leaving any margin for doubt. And I don't think Justin Baldoni was on top of his game here. That's all. Did he deserve to be bullied by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds? No. But do narcissist abusers really care if their victims are deserving or not? No. They will come after anyone who is an assertive and strongly capable of standing up for themselves and their team in this case. Bottom line, he was the director of this movie. He bought the freaking rights to the book before it was even a big hit. He should have been in charge. Instead, he let himself be manipulated into oblivion by this mediocre actress who hijacked his own project and just ran with it on his watch. Authority matters. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have to say for now about this drama. It has been a good distraction from my own problems. I'll say that. Now, let me know your thoughts below in the comment section. Again, hit like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye.